Right, so we're on track earlier than expected. I've learned my lesson from last time. Speak up a bit when I've got my helmet on. So if it sounds like I'm shouting, I've obviously overcompensated. But anyway, we're out first, I think first session. Bill's behind me in the Elise, and I think Tomo and some of the other lads are going to catch up in a bit. There's a Civic in front of me that appears to be fairly tidy. He's got a roll cage and all sorts of other gubbins going on. There's a Clio in front of that, and there's something else in front of that. So we're fairly close to the front. I'm expecting a few people going to pass us. But let's see how the day goes, I suppose. Now, what I've noticed so far is the setup is a lot different. The briefing is way less involved. And I don't know if that's because the general sort of flow of the day is people are going to take the time more, or because people are less briefed, are they going to drive like idiots? So I suppose that's the experiment for today. But the good thing is this is a Saturday morning, so we've not had to take any time off work. Not that that's an issue anyway, really, for me and Bill, because we sort of just answer to ourselves. But I'm feeling like this might be a different clientele of people. I think they might not play by the rules quite the same. So let's see. Other than that, it looks like a good day so far. There's some quick looking motors here. There's GTRs and there's some old RX-7s, and behind me there's what appears to be a standard 2 litre Sierra Estate, so I would imagine that that is far from standard. And let's just see what happens, I suppose. Right, I'll see you as the day goes on. Right, so we're heading onto the track. They're only 10-minute sessions as opposed to 15 on the normal days. Let's see how we fare. Track is bone dry. It's been red hot all week, but today's a little bit cooler, which is good for the car. Now, one thing I've noticed, they've took the cones away, the turning markers and stuff like that, which I'm alright with, but I feel like some people are going to get caught out. I don't think that's a good idea. As you can see, we've got a red flag. We've got a red flag. I'm not sure what's happened. I guess we'll find out. It looks like it's possibly the old Sierra I was on about. He doesn't look like he's had an accident, so hopefully it's just a breakdown, if anything. And the only reason I say hopefully is because obviously then there's no real damage, nobody's got hurt, things like that. I'm sure it's going to cost him a couple of quid. But I'd rather a dent in my wallet than a dent in the middle of my head. Now right behind me is a Mark 2 Escort, and he looks fairly quick, so I'm probably just going to let him go straight past me. Because there's no sense in holding him up. I thought we was on the move again, but they don't seem to be. They're not very good at conveying the message, really. Starting the session again almost. I can't see any flags being waved, so to me it's on. He's waving red flags again. What's this all about? Why do they not? They have no consistency. I don't understand what's Escort appears to have broken down, possibly. Yeah, the Escort's come out the corner, the first corner, and something's happened. Well, he's getting out of the car. This is not what I was expecting, I'll be honest. The two previous full track days that I've done have gone really without a hitch. Well, this day is not going very well. It does, however, put me in a good position here, providing they don't chop all this out of our time. It gives me time to see if we can catch Bill in his Lotus. Not that it's a race, just be interesting. It'd certainly be more interesting than sitting around like this doing fuck all. But what can you do? It's out of your hands, isn't it, what other people's cars or driving ability is, and this, that and the other. And if they crash, they crash. If the car blows up, the car blows up. What are you going to do? We can't control everything. But it would be a bit of a pisser if we just paid all that money for the laps, and all this downtime probably comes out of our time. I don't know how the day would run otherwise, you see, because of the timing of the sessions and stuff like that. So I feel like I've just paid an extra 20 odd quid to sit around for the most part, which I'm not really happy with. But again, what are you going to do? The way it's bobbling, it looks like he's come off the track on a bend and buckled a wheel or something. He's bobbling along like a good one. I don't really know how you would do that. Well, now they just stood around talking instead of getting the car off the track. What are they doing? So they've untied the car now, and they've just left it in the middle of nowhere.
We're just having a change of circuit because this car's broke here, so when you go around this bend you just go into the other way.
All right.
A perimeter lap rather than cutting through the intersection.
Yeah, alright. So they're changing the entire circuit just because there's a car broke down that they were towing off, and they've just decided not to tow it off. I don't really understand why they would do that. Well, anyway, whatever. Can't let it upset us or ruin the day or whatever. I'll watch them at this point. I might change the name of the circuit from Three Sisters to Three Stooges. They ain't got a clue what's going on. It's bananas. We've got some movement. We appear to have some movement. That's Bill and his Lotus has gone. Tomo's in the 200. The Clio. Another Clio. What else have we got? Well, the MGF. He's with us. The Civic. And then me. So with another red flag, I don't know what's going on. What can this red flag be for? Maybe that Audi. Maybe that Audi. It did look like it had a right shitter. There was smoke or steam. It looked like smoke piling from all under the car. So maybe there's oil on the track now, potentially. But this first session hasn't really been a great one. I've got past a few people, I suppose. Got past Bill, got past the MGF, got past that Audi in the beginning. What else? I feel like I might have got past something else. Anyway, I suppose it's not all about the getting past stuff, but it certainly is nice when you go flinging past 160, 180 brake horsepower cars in this little shopping trolley. I'm watching the Marshall. There don't appear to be any signs of any movement anywhere, so I'm not sure what's going on. Getting some talking on the walkie-talkie now. Is she going to tell us to go? No, she's going for a walk. Oh, she's coming over here.
Go up to the top of the mountain for me, slowly.
So slowly to the top of the mountain. So it must be that Audi then, an issue with that Audi. Eee. Watch for the next Marshall telling us what to do. What are they doing? Pulling us in? No, not pulling us in. start again. Interesting. So I recognise some of these faces now. This guy here in the Ivy's vest, he's regularly the start finish line man on these track days. The other marshals I don't recognise, but the guy over to the left, I don't know if he's in shot. The guy with a bit of a beard, he's regularly here as well. He appears to enforce quite a lot of rules, he does. So I'm sort of glad to see him, to be honest, because I feel like there's a lot of people here. I know I said this at the beginning of the video, but I think there's a lot of people here not here to play by the rules necessarily. I think they're just here to drive the car dead fast, whereas obviously we're here to try and play by the rules and have fun.
Learning that the mods that we've done are definitely beneficial. Which probably shouldn't be a surprise, seeing as they're all multi-sport modifications. That's the flag.
So as I say, the modifications we made were poly bushes, they were lower, stiffer springs, and it was a wider track. And all of those things clearly are there to aid the handling. And if you don't know why, maybe I can go into it in a different video as to exactly why each of those modifications works. The car is still, surprise surprise, crying out for a new set of tyres, and that is what we're going to do before the next track day. I've already got the tyres on order, we've basically just got to fit them. For the next track day, I think tyres alone are going to take 5 seconds a lap out of the lap times. It'll make such a difference. I can feel that that is definitely the weakest link in the chain, which I know I've said in the last video, and I definitely recognised it for the track day that I didn't film. But today it is plain as day that the tyres are the only thing really letting me down. And by letting me down, they're not letting me down at all, they're alright. But the car would be significantly quicker on a nice new set of tyres. So we're going to go over to our corner here, and that's going to be us for the day. Well, not for the day, for this session anyway. We'll see you in a bit.